Hey everybody, Mr. Ling again. This is the pie chart that you could not see in the last video. And every time you log into ALEKS, once you take your initial assessment, this is the screen that you should come to first. This is kind of like your home screen. Just over here to the left, this is where you would go to basically continue down your path that ALEKS has laid out for you based on your initial assessment. But let's go over this pie chart real quick so you can see what this is all about. So each of these slices of the pie here are basically different sections of the course, and you can see over here what those are: equations and inequalities, decimals. This one up here, whole numbers and integers, is a big one. The wider that is, the more topics there are out of the whole class, right? So the yellow part here in this one is basically how many you have mastered already, and the little lighter part there is how many you've learned. Mastery comes after you do the knowledge checks. There will be some points along your path where you'll stop and do a knowledge check, which is just basically kind of like a quiz to see what you have learned so far. And then once you've taken the knowledge check on those learned topics, they become master topics. So your goal is to master 90% or more of the course, right, for an A, because that's what we're all shooting for. I'm going to show you now how to figure out how many topics you need to do per week and how much time to spend per week to accomplish 100%, okay? So that's basically kind of to shoot for, but if you fall short of that, you can still get an A in the class, all right? Also on this, I forgot to tell you, this tells you how many you have remaining as well for each of these subsections. Okay, so there's fractions, got a lot left for fractions, yikes. Okay, so let's figure out our weekly goal. And this is gonna help you for the assignment that's coming up, your weekly goal assignment. And up here at the top, you'll see you've got what you've mastered. This is total, right? I'm gonna click back down here so you can see this. If you click in the middle, this is kind of cool too. If you click in the middle of the pie, it shows you how many topics total you have mastered. And if you click it again, it switches to percent. It tells you what percent you've mastered. All right, so back up here, mastered 55, learned 2. So that means I've got, out of 602, I've got 545 remaining, all right? So let's use our calculator, and let's figure this out. Now you might be thinking, wow, 545 topics left, 602 topics total, that's a lot. But really, topics are very specific. Topics are very, like adding 2 numbers, that's a topic. You know, adding 3 numbers, that's another topic. So they're very specific, and, you know, in one kind of lesson, you might learn several topics. So, one traditional lesson in a traditional classroom, I should say. So topics are very short, and ALEKS says that on average, students will learn 3 to 4 topics every hour that they spend in ALEKS. So just like a typical lesson in school, you know, you show up, your teacher goes over a lesson, spends an hour in the class, and you maybe learn, you know, a couple of different skills or a couple of different topics in that lesson. Okay, well, let's figure this out. So 545 remaining topics. And remember, for you, that's going to be different. It's going to be whatever your numbers say up here, right? We want to go with remaining. That's what's left, okay? So out of what's left, 545, if we want to figure out how many topics per week, we would just divide this by the number of weeks we have in the year. And in a general school year, there's about 36 weeks or 18 weeks per semester. So let's go with the full year. Let's divide that by 36 weeks. That gives us 15.138. Well, let's just round that up to 16. So if we got to do 15 topics plus a little bit more, might as well do 16, right? So 16 topics per week. And I said, on average, you know, you can do 3 to 4 topics in an hour. So say you're on the slower end of that. Say it takes you, you get 3 topics learned in an hour. If we take the 16 topics and we divide that by 3 per hour, right? That'll give us how many hours we'll take. So we're going to take this number of topics per week. We're going to divide that by 3, and you can do the same thing just to be safe. You might be able to do 4 in an hour. So I'm divide that by 3 topics per hour. That gives me 5 hours and about 5 1/3 hours, or probably about 5 hours and 20 minutes per week for keeping up with pace of the class. And that's basically, again, accomplishing 100% mastery. So that's getting 100% of the topics learned, okay? So remember, in grading, if you get 90% or more, 90% of the topics learned or more, that's still an A. So you might not even have to spend as much time. And you can go faster. If you want to complete the course faster than 36 weeks, you can do that. You can spend more time in math per week, and you can get done early. It's the beauty of working at your own pace. All right, there's another video at the bottom of this page that this video is in that's more about how to navigate in ALEKS. And I definitely suggest watching that before you get started to get a little bit more comfortable with it. But of course, if you have any questions on the weekly goals, how much time you should be spending, let me know. Happy to answer it for you.